basic tutorial on mining. Also, obviously bringing in the arc furnace, so mining and refining, and then producing the locker. So now I can actually put extra resources and drop them within the locker itself and have a little bit of storage. Hey, g'day and welcome back to another episode of Stationeers. In this episode we're actually going to start off on mining, so it's just a basic video on mining. And what we actually want to build is we want to build an electronics printer, and we want to build a locker. Now for the electronics printer we're looking at 20 iron, 2 gold and 10 copper. And for the locker, let's go find the locker. We're just looking at 10 iron. So we're actually going to sort of head out. We're happy that that's going to do a little bit of charging. What we are going to do is maybe just adjust that a little bit. Well, no, that's down. We want to go this way. And we're going to head out. And, well, what did we oh, no, I got a little bit carried away there, didn't I? All right. We're going to bring it straight up and down. And I know that's not getting maximum, it's getting no watts at the moment, so I just need to, this way. But that's okay, so we're actually going to do the walk. That's the focus of this session. So the first thing we want to do is we want to strap on our mining belt, and the easiest way to do that is take the mining belt into your hand, you're either left or right, hold the 5 button down, that will swap, and then throw it back. I've seen other videos and people trying to sort of have the mining belt and then sort of take the tool out and have both belts in the hand, and it was all fairly chaotic. Now to start off with, we're not going to sort of stray too far away from our base because we don't want to get lost. What we do have, so just in case you do, in your lock, but I don't want to lose the light, so but in here, maybe it's not going to be in the organics, it may be in here in the consumables, which would be weird because it's not a consumable item. Yes, we do. Okay, so what we've actually got, if you're a little bit nervous about straying too far away, in your consumable box you have a beacon, and the beacon actually comes with a battery, which is super handy. What you can actually do is then click the beacon on, and you've got it on and the battery already come fully charged. Onto your right, grab your tablet, and this was in the tutorial, so I think most of you have used the tutorial, but the one that you actually want is the tracking cartridge. Open it up, put the cartridge in, grab your item, turn it on with your O button, and as you can see it points towards your tracker. So we'll turn that off, we don't need it at the moment, but we'll keep it in our pocket, and if we stray too far away from home, we can always find our way home. But what we're after while we've got daylight is we're after iron, copper and gold. So the first thing we see, the blue, which is oxide, we don't need that. We've now seen some iron, so let's hook that one in. Grab the tool, turn it on. Once again, you need to make sure you turn these tools off, or they're just going to go flat in your pocket. And energy consumption, certainly at this stage in the game, is probably one of your most important values, rather than your oxygen. At this build, water and food is not activated, so you're not surviving and trying to feed yourself. Alright, we're just going to grab, because we want to use sort of maximise the light, but as you can see what I'm actually doing is not just sort of going and focusing strictly on the iron, I'm just digging around a bit to make sure that there's no more veins, and what you actually see is there's the iron, but when you've got a vein, you'll see sort of cracks in the ground like that, and that sort of tells you that you're sort of close to another deposit. So I took one more than I wanted, but that's okay. So more iron here, which is super handy. You definitely chew through the iron. All right, but what we're after, a little bit of coal. We will take this. And it looks like it's only one piece of coal, potentially. No, that's what I mean. You do need to, I've always sort of have a role that if I find an item, is I'll dig 2 or 3 squares around that last item I've seen. Yeah, because now you're seeing your big coal, but we don't actually want a lot of coal, but we're just going to take, and the coal for a couple of things is you can throw it in your coal generator or your solid generator as it's called, and I haven't set that up, and that was probably a poor demonstration for the first video. The second one is the coal is needed to make steel, to make more advanced items, but once again that's probably enough coal because I'm not using a coal generator, and we'll leave those visible so I can come back another day, and we'll just keep circling around to find exactly what we wanted right here. Copper. Iron to the side. Great little copper node here. Alright, I'll finish this one and then come back. Okay, so we've got a little bit of copper. We didn't get as much as we wanted, but the main objective now is to try and get some gold. Whilst, yeah, as we said there, whilst circumnavigating the base, more copper, more oxides. Poke your head over the side. The white one is silicon, not needed yet. Iron. Base is still over there. The red one is volatile, so obviously the volatiles will come in handy when we start working into our gases. Uranium speaks for itself, but you will definitely be able to build more advanced batteries. Iron, copper, which makes me very excited because they're easy things to get to, very close walking distance. I think this is more copper, starting to get dark. Alright, so I will be back when I find a gold vein. And here we are, some gold. So, and we saw this uranium before, and that's how easy it is to miss. So I saw this uranium, and then I moved around here, and I must have just missed this gold. So let's just grab this gold and head back to the base. The good thing is it is daylight, but I had to waste a night just waiting for the sun to come up. I find looking for resources in the middle of the night is it's just not worth it. Takes more time and effort, and you tend to just walk past things because of your limited visibility. Alright, so let's get this gold and I will see you back at our base. Okay, welcome back. So we've made it back. We're opening up our slot. And a couple of things. So first of all, we had a low power, so we'll change that over quickly. So the other one, just press 2, we've got the low power there, so what you can do is you can take this power out, it won't affect anything, swap it over and then drop the new one in. Use this opportunity to adjust our solar panels for a second, just to make sure we get maximum light. Down. As you said, as much as it's giving you power, it's not sustainable. You're sitting here sort of adjusting it, and that's not what we want to do. So we want to get into a level of automation, so we can fix that sort of straight away. Next thing we have is we also have the small battery that ran out. So that lasted less than 2 days. So just be careful of that if you're going out for a big mining run. But to start off with, you should be able to just circumnavigate your base without too many troubles. So let's get our mining belt back on. And let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got a little bit of iron ore, a little bit of coal, a little bit of copper, and I stayed with the gold just because I didn't see a lot of gold veins. So I did get a little bit more gold than the rest, not because we're going to use it more, just because it's the resource is a little bit more rare. Now I didn't take the volatiles. You can see sort of the red volatile there, and I didn't get oxides. I'll show you a little bit later when we're working on the gases, but you can keep them safely in your backpack or your mining pack. Sorry, I'll correct that. You can keep them safely in your mining pack, but if you take them out in your hand or you put them within your backpack or your suit, so keeping in mind, if you press 4, you've also got 2 more slots. During daylight, they will evaporate, which is what we need because we want to actually exploit them for their gases. But you do have to handle them a little bit more carefully. So in the early days of the game, when you're working with the volatiles, the pink one or the blue one, you're generally working with them during the middle of the night, so you can actually split them and you can use them for your gases. But we'll do that when we come to our gas video. So we've got a few materials, but we want to take them from the raw ore to the metals, and we do this through the arc furnace. So we'll turn this on. We'll start off with the iron ore because it's just a quicker one. Drop that in and hit activate. And that's it. And if you hover over the button, you can see it ticking away. As I said, iron's probably one of the quickest ones to do, but the copper and the gold take a little bit longer. So we're going to smelt these items and then we will come back. If you are charging your batteries, just make sure you turn off your charger, because it will, I believe, keep on draining the power. So we want to just make sure that our APC is fully charged. And don't worry about leaving the door open. As I said, I also use that in the early game just as a spare battery backup. So we'll see you once we've smelted all these items. Okay, welcome back. We've finished our smelting. So we'll just turn those items off because whilst the lights are on, you're obviously consuming power, and you can see we're down to yellow, so we do want to charge that up again. But we've also got a nice little pile of bars at the back, so we've smelted everything and we've got our lead. So we want to grab it, head over to our lathe here, and just drop them in the left hand side. I can see that I'm sort of falling off the edge, so we are going to off video, we're going to start extending it this way. Now remembering at this stage, everything we have built, everything we have used has been in the boxes. So at this stage in the game, I mean, yes, you can build your lights and things like that, but we've been able to survive out of the crates that have actually come in. So now let's have a look at our auto lathe. So the auto lathe itself, you cycle through on the left and right just to sort of get what you want. It's in alphabetical order, but some of the things are under kits. obviously your steel frames, steel sheets, cables, which we were using before. Some things are under the word construction kit. So construction kit for your pipes, your walls, floor grading, glass sheets, iron frames if you run out, iron sheets, your arc furnace if for some reason it disappears, auto lathe, not sure, but yeah, obviously if you want a second one, centrifuges, doors, electric printers. So we are after an electric printer, and if we hover over, it's 20 gold, 20 iron, 2 gold, 10 copper. But the first thing, and what we're going to finish this video off, is literally just a locker, just to put our stuff in, so we've got more room when we do exploring, and we can actually drop off some of our equipment. So, and this will just finish off the video nicely. Let's then just hit this one button using 10 iron to create. Now it flies through. The main thing that I just wanted to show here is that it's continuous. So as soon as it finishes making, it will make another one. So you need to, at this stage, until you automate it, you need to hover over it, or what will happen is you'll walk away, and you will burn through all your resources, and you will and you'll have a million lockers just sitting on the ground there. So I'm just going to drop the locker here. Once again, fight with the rotation system. Put it in, open the locker, and now I can drop some of the items just to free up some space. So the first one I'd probably recommend is your peel, because the peel is mainly used for if you've got two individuals. The e-reader is a handy card, but I just don't need it at this stage, which will just tell you sort of how to smelt metals and a little bit about the items as well. The network analyzer will allow you to analyze the cables and the power consumption. Once again, I'll keep it here, I just don't need it straight away. So I've got the tracker, which is actually in my tablet, and the atom analyzer. Now I use that a lot, but I just don't need it today. So I'm just going to put it in there once again, just to free up some space. That's fine. And then we've got our tool belt as well. But it just means that when we mine, we've now freed up another 4 slots to comfortably then put some more resources in there as well. So thank you very much. That, as I said, was just a basic tutorial on mining. Also, obviously bringing in the arc furnace, so mining and refining, and then producing the locker. So now I can actually put extra resources and drop them within the locker itself and have a little bit of storage. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the likes, it really helps us, and leave us the comments because it will help me design and develop this series on Stationeer, which I'm seriously addicted to at the moment. I can't get enough of it, and certainly been building my bases and also moving a little bit into multiplayer as well, which has just been even more enjoyable having a few mates come on and play. So thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.